gotta fix it. You are on course. There's those shoulders, yeah.
It's like kind of sort of free.
Well, and also, you know, it just kind of comes up on you. You think he's a lot straighter than he is, and it's like, no. I mean, I think Barry's straighter than him on and off.
He likes to be very crooked.
And you've got to put more leg on him. He feels big,
Yeah.
but you've got to put more leg on him.
Yeah.
Good. Don't throw yourself. He's crooked. Try to straighten him out. Come on, put your leg on. Stay back. There you go. I think he's going to be good, though.
I agree.
He's gotten so much better. Oh, my God. He used to be all over the place in jumping. You know,
Yeah. Oh, I
tossed you right out of the tack last year. You know, Piper did a good job with him.
Yeah, she did.
Right, and then that's why coming around here, he has strength of
He's much more rideable.
right?
now.
So he wants to just
Good, better.
think about it.
Simple with him. Simple. Good. Don't fall back when you go for the simple. Do you feel that? You got to keep him out in front of you. The hard part is you're kind of stunned that there's no steering there a little bit, yes? Yeah, his shoulders are all over the place, but then he also, similar to what I was saying with Ronaldo at the beginning, don't let him just go up and down. He's got to canter out, and then balance a little bit.
Well, that and he's so lazy.
Yeah, he's lazy. It's good, good lazy.
No, it's a good
He's
one.
more rideable, but it's kind of like surprises you a little bit. Remember, you sort of thought, I don't want to ride this one. You just got surprised on that first one. You would hate to start a course like
That would have
that.
been probably not my party.
Shouldn't matter.
Right.
You find a good balance in the middle of him, and then if you could feel, then you would put your leg on. Some other horses, you know, sometimes you can get ahead of him, but I think you know that you really want to stay right in the middle of him
Yeah.
and make his legs work harder.
Yeah.
But good job. You were very straight, also going away from me, and so really good. You just have to watch when you do your flying changes. That you know you gotta get them, but you gotta watch that you don't throw them out of bounds. Good job. Good.
Well, I was so shocked that this is the one.
Think more leg, a little faster, a little bit bigger canter. Don't lose her shoulders. There you go. But don't lose her shoulders. You're good. Keep the pace. Don't lose her shoulders. Excellent. You just had a little bit of a rough beginning. If you can feel when you came around that first turn, that rollback, she just kind of slid out, you know, on the turn, and then you went forward, and it's like you got a little bit ahead. So you just have to watch on the rollback to stay back. Really think a real square kind of turn, and watch that your rein is not pulling them to the jump that you lose the shoulders over there. That's all. That was just steering at the beginning. Much better. Much
Thank
better.
you, CJ.
Yeah, thank you. Good job. Remember, 3:45.
Yeah. You mean PM, right?
Oh, absolutely.
CJ, I'll be back in an hour and a half or so. I'm gonna ride Whitey.
Oh, okay. There's several horses that if anybody wants to hack, there's a couple to hack. Huh? I don't want you on, there's one that I have to look at that,
I don't know if I have time, but I'm just
Yeah, there's a couple in the afternoon. I think that just need like Marty needs a rehab. I think he's just to go out a little bit. Then I'm trying to think who else is on there. Rocky needs a rehab. There was one other. Oh, Edie. Edie would be fun, but she has to stay away from everybody. She's one actually you could put together and have fun on. The others are rehab. Oh, God. Do that last line. You almost half halted too much, yes? And you half halted on your hands. Go across and get a change and then do that line. You're being so good with your body, but you got a little picky in there. Thank you. And Fred can talk to you about Fred. She'll give you some advice.
What I feel about him is like subtle and then kind of quiet camper, but he needs a good amount of leg.
Did it again.
Sorry, I
Oh.
also didn't make a decision again.
Now, I want you to do it one more time. When you're landing, you either got to keep that pace. He was forward, and then you thought, well, I'm going to make him listen, and then you really said you got to listen some more. That's where you're losing that. You either got to make it forward, or you got to think, I'm going to add, and I'm going to keep adding a little bit. Not to add more strides, but keep him on the short stride. Okay? Right, and I think you can make it, but if not, you need to decide, I'm going to do the 6 and I'm going to do it early.
Yeah, just like a slower tempo, because his tempo can get very rushed, and then you get those like kind of weird like.
So, and that's where you need to just think quiet, quiet, quiet. Okay, now go back and do it in 6. And don't cut your turn coming in. You almost look like you're slicing the first one from here. You're not going into your corner enough. So put in 6. Indra, he has a leather girth on him. You just scrub it good with the saddle soap or even soap in there. Ted's not sure if we have something bacterial going on. Much better. I like that one, yeah?
Yeah, I got one.
We don't know. Pearl had a leather girth on. Sperry had a leather girth. They're getting some sort of rashy, irritated, and then Pearl's turned into a little bit of cellulitis. But now we have 2 horses that look like they started off with like a girth rub, but it's looking something different. And he's only thinking he's the only common denominator. They both have leather girths on them. So we're just trying to be really careful, and I know that they're watching out for the girths also of the other ones. That was better. So almost, just be careful not to rush. Okay, that one I almost like the steadier one, but then you got to watch that, you still keep your leg on it when you ask him to come back so you can see your eye, but don't panic on it.
You need to make a decision.
But don't chase anything. Just think I'm gonna put my leg on. Now you can see Johanna that he's just sometimes he can start jumping really well, but he's sort of into popping right now. And him. Just as far as if you were having a rough ride, like a little bit, he was doing the same thing to Indra. Now she's getting him to move out a little bit. That's all right. Don't question it, Indra, though. There you go. You can see him cut in a little bit on the rider for the turn.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you. Good job, good job. He's jumping a little defensive. You can feel that.
Yeah, and he's very like loose.
Well, and just his haunch is coming in on the turn. A couple times she was looking like she was cutting the turn. And, also him coughing in between. I don't know how to. That was good for him.
I really, really like him.
Oh, him? He's one of my favorites.
Sure.
Relax.
你知道为什么是？我没皮吗？没皮。
Kanye, I don't know what's up with your helmet, but it doesn't look like it's fitting very well today at all. It should not be popping up over your, like stargazing and all. Much better, Johanna, here. Okay. Okay, I don't know, but you got to make it fit. I would not let you wear that in a horse show right now. Because it's not fitting your head at all. Yeah, that is horrible right there. Now, could you feel you're almost rushed? I want you to do that last line and just make sure he's listening to you a little bit. Don't make faces.
Yeah.
More. Remember, you need to gallop it with him. Don't let him cut in on the turn. Go straight and then turn. Straight and then turn. Try not to rock. Get him in front. He's lazy. And then forward. You shouldn't be looking down. You feel how lazy that is? Come on, you gotta move him up more. Stay back, stay back. Don't let him cut the turn. Gallop and stay back. Remember about staying back with your body. Back with your body. Go.
Are they? And then make him walk there, yeah. Make him listen to you so he's not barreling through your ear.
Good job. Good. And then ride him from your leg, Good. Good job, Libby. The only thing I would say a little bit from your first jump to your second fence, he was looking at these jumps, yes?
Well, he's like, where am I going?
Right, you needed to just make sure in that rollback that he kind of looked at a little bit like, am I going someplace here? And you just need to be careful. That could ruin even before you start your course, okay?
It was like an overcorrected shift.
Yeah, well, you were riding out, and you just need to make sure to watch the jumps, but he knows where he's going a little bit on the turn. And he just got lazy on the turns,
He's
that's
so
all.
lazy.
So then hop off real quick. Watch his shoulders, don't lose him. Good, watch your elbows, don't fling them. Good, his shoulders, watch, keep your leg on. If you can feel even when you're trying to, he almost gives you the feeling that he has a change, and then his whole hip falls in, and that's where a little bit you almost broke here, but I love that he's being nice and quiet. He's going out more, but he kind of still leaves his rear end out behind you, and then you try to bring it back, and then you think, oh my God, I don't have a horse here.
Yeah.
But, knock on wood, I thought that was excellent for him. You just have to watch when you finally, he's a little lazy to move up so that you don't sort of fling your upper body a little bit. But go ahead and hop on, Ronaldo. You can use the side or go out and use the picnic table to get on. Now, you're going to have to watch a little bit because you're going to switch with her, so you're going to go next. But she's a little feisty, so... You gotta make her listen. You're grabbing her. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Make her listen. Make her listen. Sit down. Hold her. Keep your upper body back. Hold her and stay back. Stay back. Try not to stand. Steady it, but stay back. Stay back. Get your head up.
All right, ladies, let's go back.
Steady. Good, easy. Remember, you got to be able to contain what you have on the other side. The biggest thing a little bit was your pace was a little bit inconsistent. Okay, now, aren't you going next? Come on, come on, come on, Marina.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like,
No. So watch that when you were making her listen again. You know how I was saying even on the flat you're looking a little back here?
yeah.
And that's where you then feel like you have to chase at the last minute. You got to find a half seat that you're over your thigh a little more. Keep your upper body back, but make sure she's listening. But you're almost wanting to, but that's where you get too tight back here. Don't lose his shoulders. That was the other thing, Sarah, a little bit with him.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you were steering and it's like, well, wait a minute, why are you still going over there?
Yeah.
So then you had to use the rein, almost a leading rein with him, and that's where then your mind wasn't on riding behind him because you're like just trying to steer. But again, I think he's so much better. Like, where is she going? Yeah, you are so lucky, yes? I'm like, he's about to take a tour of the arena and miss her last line, yes? So that's, that's all right. I thought you were concentrating really, really well. Not sure how you got lost down there, but you made it work. And then you just have to think, I was a little off. But you made it work as best that you could, and you didn't sort of give it up even though you were way over on that side. There's almost a little bit of a rush tendency. Can you feel that?
Yeah,
That he's almost chasing it a little bit. So that's where almost if you could just take your breath. I loved it that you were trying to keep your pace. The rhythm was good, but almost just steady it just a tiny bit, okay? And then you're gonna hop on Penny right off. Good, that's all right. Then keep it quiet at the end. You were good with your half halts. Just don't lean over your hands. Stay back. Excellent, Indra. Don't let him cut his turn. Stay back. Stay back. That's all right. That's all right. Do it again. Do that line again. He also, it's hard to half halt him without him grabbing like even now. Steady. Oh, and stay back. There you rode his back better, yes?
Yeah.
I think he almost, and I may be wrong, but he almost feels like a little bit of a socks that you want to let him out and sort of trust that he's going to be more huntery, but he's lost up front a little bit.
There's more of a shorter distance than it.
He doesn't know how to stay back and then move forward. When he moves forward, he goes downhill a little bit, and then you sort of feel a little bit desperate.
The shorter distances feels
Oh,
really
much
good.
better. You look much better. He's jumping high today. Let's work it out. Fix your lead. Fix your lead. Much better. Stay there. Much better. Don't pop up too soon. Look. I don't know why you're looking down. Relax your arms.
You need to be soft. Two legs at your wrist. See, when you soften, he actually goes down. Right? But when you kick,
But with him, if you can smooth him out a little bit, he just reminds me of just when, he just has to start jumping courses more. He's a little tight on him. I think, you know, he's got that popping jump sometimes. Well, I don't know if you can feel. You got to relax and trust him a little bit more.
He coughs and then it like he shoves him forward and then he gets all.
That's all right. That's all right. So also when you have a horse like that a little bit, watch that you don't get tight here. I don't know if you can feel that. So if you watch Indra ride him, he needs to stay a little bit in the back seat. At the same time, you got to watch that it's not just with your hands. Okay, that kind of horse you almost have to ride out over the fence. But if you were in a task and I said get going to the first one, I expect you to go. Okay. But like, why not you sit so long? It takes an hour to get there. Good. Now, how straight were you? And then fix it. Put your head up. Much better. Good. Oh, you got caught good with a lazy horse. Yeah. Good. Now, looks like you're jumping a little bit higher than it was. Okay. So watch that you don't overdo it. Forward, forward, forward. She doesn't go nowhere. Good. That's all right. Did you feel you got a little ahead?
Yes.
Yes, I see. You got to ride your whole body. Not me off.
Sorry, CJ.
Straight. Good. And then forward. Rhythm and forward. There you go. But you gotta make sure he's listening beforehand. Again, don't toss your body around. Come on. Remember that's not a 3-foot X, okay? Alright, good job. Much better. Don't let him fall in. Come on. Oh, and then they're gonna love if you hit him right on his neck. IEA used to eliminate if you hit the horse on the neck. That was better, Sierra. Good. Now remember he has changes, yes?
Okay.
So ask him for a change. Alright. Now the hard part is you gotta end up making him listen. You're making him listen, but make sure he's together with you. Try to bring him around for the change. He's automatic changes, Libby. You know how much he wants to just stop on you? Yeah.
There's no
That saddle, it's grabbing his shoulders a little bit, really tight. I told her it's all right for now, but I don't know as far as when you guys were sitting if you had someone in it, and it's just you can feel
We
that.
sat on all of them a little bit.
Oh, you did. Okay. So Indra, after you warm up a little bit, then we'll have Ted look at him. Okay.
Okay.
I thought we put him in a
Well, and then Joyce, Morgan just said, the cancel rides if Will isn't on the bucket. She gets that saddle shift and stay on him sometimes. And so she just had him get that was had that on his bucket before.
Now for the court. Don't put him so far.
Hey, you guys, track left and use half of the arena for me.
Try not to bury your hand in it, whether you're right.
I've never seen Will. I've only seen him in dressage tag. One of the wool ribbon hats. I don't remember fitting that tight.
Remember, Sarah, you got saddle seat rider. What happened to my saddle seat rider? Come on now. Okay, and so it's going to be hard when you have one that can go round, right? So you're going to have to really exaggerate a shorter rein. Sierra, you're going to have to think shorter rein a little bit so that your arms don't come behind you. No elbows behind. And watch, I don't know if you can feel she's on the tad lazy side.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like you're hitting the tack hard with your rear end to try to get her to go forward.
Is that your new one? That's not the new
No,
one.
no, no. Oh, hang on, hang on. I was like, what the hell? We already had Chief go sideways.
I used my cross.
Yeah, they're feeling a little cold this morning, so. Okay, now, pretend you are in the show ring. And again, I have no idea what kind of horses we're gonna have there. It's gonna be a definitely a different sort of mix of a group any more than we have a mix of a group. You're gonna have to really look around the arena to find your spacing. There will be jumps in that arena. So Sierra, you're right off in the morning, yes?
Yeah.
Because you're probably one of the first classes.
First one.
Yeah. Now, you can feel him sort of springing you around, yes? So you almost have to get him to go more forward and also be a little quieter in your post. Watch that your thighs aren't coming out at all. You gotta end up being a little shorter with your rein. You're almost looking like you're just hacking on a loose rein a little bit there, Marina. If you feel like you have to have a loose arm because he's tight, do it from your elbow, but not by doing human side reins or hands down too much.
Can I have a stick?
I had one earlier, but... And then sitting trot. So steady right off. When you go to sit right off, Marina, make sure he's listening. If you could feel you almost fell forward and then thought, gosh, he's a little bit quick, I'm a little bit loose, but I was watching you the whole time. Steady, don't let your arms get stiff. Good. Almost a little shorter rein, Indra, if you can. Stay back. And then keep your head over your shoulders. And then just keep steadying him because I like the look, but I get the feeling on and off he's not listening to you. And then just have him up and think a little shoulder in with him. Good, and then keep him going forward, but then a little half halt. So you don't get rushed, so your hands don't get in your lap. So every once in a while I'm looking at you. Look at me, Sierra. You're a little here. Can you feel that? And you gotta watch. It's gotta happen from your legs. Good. Now, you keep getting stuck on the rail like you have no steering, okay? Because a couple times I'm like, okay, do I have to worry about my feet? Do I have to worry about my feet? Don't look like you're sliding so far out that you don't have steering. Okay, if you run into something, a standard or the edge of the arena, you start knocking it. Okay, you got to be careful about that. Now, get him in front of you. Try to be a little stiller, Johanna. Just looking up. Try to listen through your ears. I know it's harder out here, but in the arena when I talk to you, because I will be able to coach, that you need to make sure you listen to me, but don't turn and look at me, okay? Because they're a little bit, you looked at me, but again, the footing's a little bit, makes it a little louder in here. So be a little steadier. I don't know if you can feel, you're moving around a little bit. You know, have Halton, he's one that can come round on a bit. Watch that you don't slide over to those chains too close. Okay, and canter, that's better. Close your fingers a little bit. Remember how I was saying I could see it in your vest the other day that you're really tall? You can't forget it. Really stretching, Sarah. Up, up, push your belly out. Like you putting, you know, that someone has really made you work on your abs, and now you got to feel those abs. Stretching up, almost feeling behind with your head. Stay up there, where your hands. Work with your arms a little bit, but don't get stiff. Good, this looks better, Indra. Good. Now, can you feel him going up and down and not going anywhere? Don't look down at him. Okay, but you got to have a better canter into your hand. Almost tip a little bit, but still sit down. Stretch up, up. Follow with your arm. Good, this looks good. Don't let him get heavy on the forehand. Good. Just a little steadier with your upper body. Don't let his haunches come in there, Indra. Good, and walk. Keep your leg on. So watch that you're not tipping forward over your hands a little bit, Sierra. I think you felt that.
Yeah.
Hey, do a turn on the haunches to reverse. Stretch it up still. Stretch it up. Push your chest out. So a little tighter if you can, Indra. I didn't see the beginning, so you might have been starting to lose him. Try to be a little bit tighter. And counter canter. So where you would have to think about it is it could have a tap, and you have to go on the other lead as far as to that jump. Watch it. Yep. Don't let it make you stand out of that tap. Don't overbend her so much. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Then she'll fall in. You gotta step a little bit left, a little bit, Libby. Really lean left a little bit. I don't mean to lean left, but step left. Good, good. Watch that his haunches don't slide in, Sarah, so much. Keep coming forward, 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 forward. Watch where you go. Yeah. So that's your range a little bit. Then you guys gotta talk to each other. Now, feel like you could almost lengthen and still keep the counter canter. You really have to step into that stirrup. You've got to watch that you don't get so close to the rail. Obviously there, he didn't like it, Marina, and he took it away from you. So don't let him, if he falls in so much, that's how he's going to get away with the flying change eventually. Good, now, how much did you put your head down, Johanna? A lot. So you got to get out of that habit. Come on, look out your eyes. Don't look like you're in pain. Come on, stretch up and make it happen, but don't look like it's uncomfortable. And make them go forward and then collect a little bit. And make sure you don't lose them when you collect. Stay back, back. Good, Sierra, with your upper body. Johanna, this is better. Okay, and then start to collect. This is where it's hard for him. You can feel that, yes? Good, staying tall, tall. Yeah, but are you busy? Come on, don't be busy. No kicking, flailing with your legs. You got to get it done in a quiet way. Oh, this is a good test. That's all right. That's all right. Little frustration's not bad. I have no idea why you're walking around. Okay, you've got the best trained one in there and you're walking. Okay, come on. I didn't say anything about coming back down. All of a sudden, my job is easy as a judge. And walk. So you've got to get your job done a little bit. Do you not have a stick? Yeah. I don't know. You can look down there,
over
but
there on the wall, but I didn't know if I wanted it or not.
yeah. Well, now you know you do. So
This
you
says
can
look with caution, so I didn't know what that
with
meant.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
Go all the way down and see. Maybe you can get Seacook to end up helping you a little bit. So I'm gonna do one more canter in this direction, you guys. Now, why were you in the middle walking?
Oh, it was like Sarah was coming down and I was like,
Then you gotta look ahead.
Yeah,
You guys are gonna have those jumps in the arena. So you've gotta look ahead to sort of feel where you're at. And you gotta also, I'm not telling you to be unsportsmanlike whatsoever, but also you gotta get out of the mess that you're at. And a lot of the times when you start to see that you're gonna have a conflict, you've gotta really look ahead to find the other space. Don't just sort of back it up and stop riding. So you gotta get through it a little bit. Now, Sarah, obviously he gets tight in his back. You start to make the adjustment, then he just breaks on you. You know, so remember how we talked the other day about letting your hands follow? Because I think sometimes you can feel you want to just hold him together, but then he locks up